Steve has decided to celebrate Britain's industrial past by building a canal lock, complete with tunnel and lockkeeper's cottage, in his garden.
It's one of the most eccentric, wonderful things I've ever come across.
You know what, that's the first time anyone's complimented that idea.
He'd already made a start on the lock before taking delivery of the boat.
Look at that!
And with the boat safely docked on site, the build can start in earnest. Steve cracks on with laying the 4,000 bricks that will make up the outer wall. If it wasn't a difficult enough job already, he's building it curved to replicate canal lock entrances.
What I like most is actually when I'm working here and the people drive past. As they drive past, they'll go like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Building a canal lock." "Oh, fine, normal then." I'm very happy with that. That looks like a work of art. You could put that in the Tate Gallery. I quite cannot believe how much of a genius I am. I'm going to be very modest by saying that. That does look really good. I'm really happy. Does look a little bit Flintstone-y, in all fairness. But maybe that's the way it's meant to be.
Over the coming weeks, it's all progress. The tanks are covered with reinforced concrete, and the pipework for the water system is completed. Meanwhile, Steve is still unsure what he's going to do with his narrow bolt.
And have you decided what this is actually going to be yet?
No.
I love it.
No idea.
I love it.
I thought just... it's something will come to me.
Could put a bed in it. It could be an office. It could be a bar. It could be whatever you want.
I might just leave it empty.
To be honest, it seemed like nothing more than a fanciful dream. But 7,500 bricks later, the epic nature of that dream is there for all to see. Steve has delivered an awe-inspiring build, meticulously realised by a master craftsman who knew exactly what he was doing. Every aspect is perfect. The Victorian engineers who built Britain's canal system would certainly approve.
I feel bad for even having any doubts, to be honest. I should have had more faith in you, really.
Not a single person has... I've even doubted myself.
But on a really serious note, mate, what you have built, it's a wonderful piece of Victorian architecture just built 130, 150 years after the Victorians. Can we have a closer look?
Yes.
Come on.
Shall we have a look? Yeah.
Now, they are quite brilliant. Is that a real, I was going to say a leak, but, you know, on a traditional lock gate, you will always get water trickling through.
That is a leak. That's how bad the engineering is.
It's a water feature.
It's a little water feature, yes.
That's brilliant. It basically just makes it look like the water's seeping through a traditional lock gate. When I see stuff like this with you, it just brings a massive smile to my face. Because nobody else on the planet would think about doing this.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Can we see some more?
Yes.
Come on.
I'll show you.
You're at your tunnel.
Yep.
And you've built it beautifully, mate. This arch is fantastic.
Thank you.
That looks beautiful, that.
And obviously that will continue on into Coventry eventually. So I'll get that bit more digging. Yeah.
But honestly, to be standing here in a wonderful arch, which I'll tell you now, if it wasn't for it being so new, because I know it's new,
yeah.
anybody would think that this had been here for 175 years. It's absolutely bloody brilliant, Steve.
Thank you, George.
It's off the scale.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
The more I see, the more enchanted I become. Steve hasn't put a foot wrong in his quest to build Britain's newest canal lock. But there's one aspect of this build that still remains a mystery. What has he done with the interior of the narrow bolts?
Can I open it up? I've just seen a little hint of signage. I think I know what's in there now.
The inside was once a rusty wreck. And now, well, what else would an authentic Victorian narrowboat have?
It's a bloody swimming pool. It's not only a swimming pool, you've painted a whole sky and cloud effect on the walls and the ceiling. I think you need some help.
No.
Can somebody call a doctor?
No, we just need some trunks.
Of all the things that were going through my head about what this would be, I have to say, that wasn't on the list. Steve, you're...
Good, yeah? You're impressed, aren't you?
You are...
Don't say it.
Steve has delivered one of the most unbelievable Amazing Spaces builds ever.